Anyone else going to the gym for the first time in a while? Dude, I gotta tell you, first off, the Peloton rides were packed today. I'm glad I showed up early. Secondly, I was getting high fives out my whatever, dude. People were giving me, I was in a cool down ride, just padding my stats. People were giving me high fives. I was like, ladies, ladies. This is literally nothing. We're going like 120 watts, just trying to, burn off some of the lactic acid we built up during the Samyo 45-minute 80s ride. I get that you're pellowing for wine right now, but let's save the high fives for something that's actually complicated. Can you give me a meal plan and a workout plan? Chibli, I lost like 6 or 7 pounds in December. Here's my advice to you. You don't need a workout plan or a meal plan. You just need to buy like a shitload of apples from the grocery store. And then like anytime you're like, oh, I should eat like some chips, just eat an apple instead. I don't know if it's sustainable, but for like 1 month, it served me pretty well. And don't make it so complicated, Apples are full of sugar. Okay, what I meant to say is go on keto, suffer for 1 month, and eventually like relapse and eat a whole family-sized bag of dill pickled chips, but still for some reason evangelize keto in every online space. Just eat less. Bro, I don't think that's sustainable either. I honestly think like, I don't think it's necessarily like baked into your psyche. Hold on, give me a second. I am a nutritionist. Do get it twisted.
Nice shot.
Recover? Oh, that's fucking terrible. What is sustainable? Okay, listen, you didn't let me build my point, which I'm still deciding whether or not it's a joke. He's the best to ever do it. Let me put it this way. When did I first start caring about, my eating habits? Probably when I was like 12, and I was like, hey, I think I'm like a little fat. By that point, I had already built such bad habits. 12 years of eating whatever food my parents served me, my grandparents, they're operating under ancient delusions that like fruit juice is good for you, and like fruit juice that's literally just sugar plus ascorbic acid in a can, etc., etc. Eating like half a box of wheat thins every night. But by that point, that stuff is already baked into my brain. Like my ideal meal is essentially like, as an adult, I would be like, honestly, I'd like to have like an appetizer salad, and then maybe like a small portion of meat, and then like maybe an espresso for dessert. That's what would make me feel good. But if I'm choosing it myself, I would be like, how about I eat slices of pepperoni pizza until I say when, right? So for me, I think what has been helpful is not operating on the assumption that, and maybe this is the best thing for you. I'm just giving you one man's anecdotal advice. Anecdotal experience, I should even say. It's not advice. Rather than be like, I'm just going to fight a battle in my mind every day and never snack again. I've let go of the rope, and I've allowed myself to fall into the oblivion of accepting that I like to eat a lot of food and then just making sure that the food I eat is good for you instead. Because like, you're going to lose the battle sometime. If you're like, I'm just not going to snack, in like 3 weeks, you're probably going to be like, you're going to break down once. Once you break down once, you're more likely to break down. Maybe you stick with it forever. I don't know. I think it's naive to be like, I'm just not going to snack. At least for me. But then some people grow up eating like one meal a day. And then when they get older, they're like, I want to gain weight. But it just feels like not normal to be eating like 3 meals a day. I think it's hard to fight those baked in habits. You got to like work within the bounds of your own psyche. You should not be giving advice on this? Okay, then stop asking. Duh. What do you think a nutritionist is going to tell you? You got two options. A nutritionist is going to be like, here's a healthy meal plan. Hey, I'm not sure if you've heard of this, but eat less food and make it better for you. Here's a list of food that's good for you. It's almost all vegetables, most fruits, and then like two other things, okay? Or you're gonna get a crazy one who is like, oh yeah, it's probably because your chakras aren't aligned. Listen, all of this is with the caveat that I'm just like a normal guy. Ooh. If you've got, like a gluten intolerance or like you think that lettuce tastes icky or something like that, you might have to talk to a professional. But I'm just literally like the dude that spawns in before you create your character. Like when the NPC says, now take a look at yourself. Notice anything different? Like I'm the guy before you change anything. Which I think makes me uniquely qualified to give advice. It's the steaks you eat that are gonna kill you. It's the Cuban cigars you smoke that are gonna kill you. Your opinion is biased because a pound of chicken breast costs $10 in Canada? I actually have no idea. Here's how fucked up food prices are in Canada. I have no idea if $10 for a pound of chicken breast is a lot or a little. I'm gonna guess that it's a lot because every time I go into like Target, every price is like 40% lower than I'm used to. I guess, wait, that doesn't make any, because the American dollar is like 35% stronger than, anyway, listen, I picked a bad number, but it's true. How many chicken breasts? Well, I can't even ask you, because if you're from the US, I've seen your chicken breasts. The Canadian chicken breast is like it's just like, it could fit in the palm of your hand. An American chicken breast is like 4 inches tall and cylindrical for some reason. But in Europe, I bet it's different. In parts of Europe, I bet it's different.